What means independent and identically distribute, IID? Let's assume that you have a random variable x1 that follows normal distribution with mean μx and the variance sigma square x. Let's assume another random variable x2, and x2 follows the normal distribution μx and the variance sigma square x. Therefore, both random variables, they have the same distribution. Now, let's assume that x1 is independent of x2. We just create two random variables that are IID, independent and identically distribute. Now, let's assume that you have n IID random variables. If you take the expectation of these n IID random variables, the result is n times μx. If you take the variance of these n IID random variables, we get n times the variance of x. This is a huge simplification in terms of computation. Usually, if these variables are not IID, you have to calculate the covariance for each pair of random variables. Now, let's calculate the standard deviation of all these x IID. We get the square root of n times the standard deviation of x. The definition of standard deviation is the square root of the variance. Therefore, standard deviation is the square root of this term here. A big mistake that I saw even PhD in statistics committing is right here n instead of square root of n. They see here nx, they think, well, you'll be n times standard deviation of x. This is wrong. Remember, this is the square root of n because it's the square root of the variance.